What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Madden rebuild channel. And today we are back with another realistic rebuild, and we got to talk about the Tennessee Titans. Man, they have been falling off as of late and just lost to the Houston Texans, for crying out loud. They're still well and alive to potentially make the playoffs, winning their division, but it's going to come down to week 18 bout with the Jaguars. The Jaguars are pretty hot right now, so let's go ahead and jump in and do this Tennessee Titans realistic rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one. Of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. I apologize for my 4-day hiatus. I tried to upload a video Friday, ran into some problems, and then yesterday I was actually in the middle of recording this video, and I just ate way too much over the weekend during the Christmas holidays, and I almost felt like throwing up in the middle of the video, so I pretty much just had to stop recording. So I'm here, and I'm feeling well, and we are back officially, so I do apologize for my 4-day hiatus, but we are back. And now we got to talk about the Titans. The Tennessee Titans, man, it just feels like ever since they traded away A.J. Brown, the team ceiling is officially gone. They reached it when they had Julio and AJ, or probably the year before that when they upset the Patriots and got all the way to the AFC Championship. I think it's very clear this team ceiling has been reached with Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry. Maybe you keep Derrick Henry long term. I don't know what the Tennessee Titans plan on doing in this offseason. I don't know if they're going to turn to Malik Willis next year. Malik Willis is starting for the rest of the season. They get the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football, which is going to be a very tough game, obviously, with that Cowboys defense. And then you get the Jaguars. One thing we do know is, in whatever happens week 17, it does not matter. Whoever wins the division is going to be determined week 18 versus the Jaguars versus the Titans, which is going to be an interesting game to watch. But we're going to assimilate to the playoffs. We're going to see if this team ends up making it. If not, there really is some, we might start to sell this team a little bit. That's all I'll say. We'll really start to consider potentially selling off on some of the veterans we have, maybe trade for some extra draft picks. We'll see where we want to go with this team headed forward. You see all this? This could be you. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players that you love watching each and every Sunday. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and they pretty much have every sport you can absolutely imagine. NFL, NBA, soccer, CSGO. But since we're an NFL channel, we're going to go ahead and talk about the NFL for a second. So let's say I want to go Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes over on both of them. 2 players gets me up to 3 times my money. But if I wanted to go even crazier, let's say I want to do 5 players, throw 5 players in here. You can go up to 5 players, which that's going to 10 times your money if you get all correct, which you can go flex play. Even if you get 4 right, you still get a little bit of money in return. Now, I will tell you, I have started with $100 in here, and I'm up to $500. Prize Picks has been so much fun for me this year. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. So at the end of the season, we end up finishing 7-10 on the year, 3rd in our division, which isn't true. The Colts have fallen off, as we know. They are not even close to 7-9-1. That's just how the Madden simulation went. And the Jaguars are representing the AFC South. We lost them 42-14, which isn't ideal. So clearly, this team did not make the playoffs, and I mean, they fired their GM already, so I don't know who they plan on bringing in, but the new GM is going to either go one or 2 directions. They're either going to try to bring in some guys to help out, or there's some veterans you're going to cut away. Maybe this team would even consider trading Derrick Henry. I don't know if they would do that. He's kind of the identity of the team. So I don't know what I want to go. I don't know where I want to go with this team. I know for one thing is I want to get a little bit younger. I don't think I want to keep Ryan Tannehill anymore. I really do think I just want to turn to Malik Willis in this video, and I'm not sure if that's what the Titans will do in real life, but for this video, they're going to have to choose one direction. They're either going to have to, no pun intended there, I wasn't talking about the boy band that used to exist, just talking about the direction they should go in. Should they, Derrick Henry in the last year of his contract, should they trade him away, extend him? You got some other guys, Jeffrey Simmons on the last year of his contract, some other things. You got Ryan Tannehill on the last year of his contract, so I think it's very clear. For me, anyway, I think I go the direction of more of a rebuild young route. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start making some cuts. Ryan Tannehill, who got hurt and may return in week 18 or may not. He had ankle surgery or something like that. I'm going to be cutting Ryan Tannehill and letting him move on into free agency, freeing up that $27 million. Derrick Henry. Don't know what the plan is for this team, but if they were to trade Derrick Henry, they should be able to get like a Christian McCaffrey type package for him if they wanted to go that route. Kevin Byard, you got Jeffrey Simmons stood on last year of his deal at 26 years old. I think I want to keep him around for the identity of the defense. Him and Harold Landry can be kind of the 2 guys. Taylor Lewan at 32 years old, 1 year left in his contract. I think I do want to cut him away as well. And I also think I want to cut Robert Woods away just because Robert Woods has not been very productive since he's gone to Tennessee. He should go back to the Rams or something. I don't know. I'm cutting Taylor Lewan. I'm also cutting Robert Woods, and I think those are going to be the cuts I make. So those are all the releases I am making. I'm going a little bit of a different direction with this team. And then if I do decide to trade Derrick Henry away, I'm going to wait until I know I have the perfect replacement, which that would be Bijan Robinson for me. If I can get Bijan Robinson on draft night, I might consider trading away Derrick Henry for some extra draft picks just because the identity of this roster under Mike Vrabel has been to run the football. So we could continue that with a younger running back in Bijan Robinson. That could make some sense. But if you take a look at our free agents, guy like David Long, you got Austin Hooper, you got Tart, you got Nate Davis. I do have some interest in bringing some of these guys back, like David Long Jr., 26-year-old middle linebacker. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. Also a scheme fit. I'll offer him a deal and he is back. So we get him back. Tart, same thing. 26-year-old normal dev D tackle. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. He is back as well. So we're going to try to, get younger while trying to stay competitive at the same time, I think is what I'm going to try to do. I think that's the direction kind of want to go in, but also get younger around the important pieces. And Nate Davis wants to enter free agency. Franchise tag would cost us way too much money, so I'm not going to be going that route. Instead, we are going to be hitting free agency and going, like I said, for some of the young guys left available, as it is officially the Malik Willis show. So right now, if we take a look at the roster, the only thing we really have going for us in the offensive line is Nicholas Petit-Frere. I believe is a pretty young left tackle at 23 years old. I wouldn't mind keeping him as a long-term piece, obviously at right tackle. Tight end, we do have this guy who actually has been pretty productive this year, Okonkwo, who has had some really good games. Derrick Henry is still here, of course. You have Kyle Phillips, Traylon Burks, so the wide receiver core definitely needs an upgrade 100%. On the defensive side of the football, there actually is some things to like here. We definitely want to make some upgrades, though. Bud Dupree is not someone I really want to keep around long-term as like my linebacker to go to. But Autry, Tart, and Jeffrey Simmons is a fine defensive line. But other than that, I have made 5 offers in free agency. The biggest thing is the offensive line and then wide receivers. Clearly, the offense is lacking more than the defense. So let's take a real quick look at some of the offers I have made here. So I have made 5 offers in free agency. So we take a real quick look what is available to us. We have Nate Davis, who I'm trying to get back, but I might not get him, it looks like. Sean Murphy-Bunting as another corner. Irv Smith as a tight end. Juwan Taylor and Ethan Pochich to kind of patch up some of this offensive line woes. So let's see if we get all 5 of these guys to sign. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every single player we try to get back does re-sign, which is really, really nice to have. So offensive line, we get 3 offensive linemen in free agency, and we add a couple pieces around the edge with Nate or with Murphy-Bunting and then Irv Smith. So I feel pretty good about those signings in free agency. None of them stand out like crazy, but I feel pretty good about them regardless. So the next thing, the next move, the next agenda. So now that the offensive line is patched up maybe a little bit where we, feel a little bit better about where our offensive line is at. Going to be relying on Nicholas Petit to develop. Our right guard situation could be better, so maybe we should still draft a guard in this draft. Irv Smith and Okonkwo showing that tight end spot. Wide receiver, 100% a need. I like Traylon Burks, but I definitely would like another wide receiver here. And on the defense side of the football, maybe a middle linebacker would still definitely be necessary. I'm glad we got another corner. Bud Dupree, probably another pass rushing linebacker wouldn't hurt, opposite of Harold Landry. So we're going to head to draft night. I'm going to admit there is a chance that I might trade Derrick Henry if I have Bijan Robinson on the board, because I feel like we get younger at this position. Usually running backs start to regress after the age of 30, although Derrick Henry is a dominant force, don't get me wrong. I think it could make sense to maybe go younger here for this Tennessee Titans roster. I have pick number 10 on the board, and I also have Bijan Robinson. I also have another option on the board as well, and I know exactly what I want to do here. So, going to pause the draft real quick, and I'm going to be making that trade. I'm going to be trading away Derrick Henry and trying to get a late first-round pick for him in this draft. I'm going to be drafting Bijan Robinson as his replacement. That is my game plan here. So, I should probably wait until... no, I'm going to do it now. So, Derrick Henry, if I can get a late first-round pick for him, I think that's what I'm going to do ultimately. So a team that has a late first round pick, or just like kind of not too late, but just someone that needs a dominant running back like Derrick Henry. I mean, running backs usually don't go for that much, but I just feel like in this instance, you could get something good for him. So you got like the Panthers. The Patriots make a lot of sense. Although they have like Ramondre Stevenson that they're excited about, but Derrick Henry on the Patriots could be crazy. The Texans, not really. I don't think you trade him in the division. The Bears, they got Montgomery. Is there any team that really makes sense for Derrick Henry? Got like the Colts who have Jonathan Taylor. The Commanders feel pretty good. I guess the Eagles make a lot of sense because we don't know if they're going to keep Miles Sanders. So we could trade Derrick Henry to the Eagles. And they have Miles Sanders right now, but I don't know. If I could trade Derrick Henry for 28 and a third in this draft, I think I could feel pretty good about that. Although I don't know if Robinson is promised to be there at 28, because I'm not saying I want to take Robinson right now at pick 10 because there's another guy I want to take. So maybe I should wait. I should probably wait a little bit. Let me make sure that I don't mess this up. I don't want to just trade Derrick Henry for no reason and then we don't even get a running back to replace him. The guy I want on the board right now is definitely the pass rushing linebacker here in Felix here. Or scheme fit, Kansas State, pass rushing linebacker. I really want Felix here to start off this draft at my first pick. So I'm getting Felix here to start off this draft. And we can go to pick number 10, but I'm going to go to like, I'm just going to keep going. Oh, I did not mean to go that fast. Well, I guess maybe I'm not trading Derrick Henry. I didn't mean to skip all the way past around 2. I meant to go to the next pick. Whatever. Guess we're not trading Derrick Henry because we don't have a running back to replace him, at least for now. So Derrick Henry sticks on the team, not trading away. The only one I would have done it for is Bijan Robinson. I just messed that up. So whatever, no big deal. The other thing we definitely need is a wide receiver, like very, very badly. So looking at Jordan Battle on the board, we got Jalen Hyatt as well. We got a middle linebackers, which is nice. But A.T. Perry, opposite of Chandler Burks, I think makes way too much sense for me. Gonna go ahead and take another wide receiver to add to this arsenal of this weapons that we need very, very badly. So feeling pretty good about A.T. Perry on the team as well. And then around 3, pick number 10. Let's see what we have left on the board. And we got Jaquilin Roy going off the board. This could be my last selection here. The other thing that was kind of a standout as a weakness was definitely the guard spot. I still think it would make sense to take a running back, though, just in case like I was going to trade Derrick Henry away and we could rely on a running back behind him. But I don't know. We could take a middle linebacker. We could take a like I said, an offensive lineman. I might take Caleb Chandler here out of Louisville. I think we definitely need another offensive lineman to keep going with Derrick Henry. He's only normal dev, but we definitely need another guard. So that'll be my draft. Could have taken a running back, but that's okay. Maybe we just roll with Derrick Henry. He is a one-of-a-kind running back, so no big deal. He stays the identity of the roster. Thought about trading him. I didn't. No big deal. Let's just go ahead and make sure we extend him next year. So this is the team going into season number 2. Malik Willis is your starting quarterback. Don't know how well that's going to go for us, but I'm going to trust in him to become the guy here in Tennessee. Traylon Burks, A.T. Perry, and Kyle Phillips is your wide receiver core. You got Cameron Fleming, Nate Davis, Ethan Poaches, Chandler, and Juwan Taylor. So a little bit of a reinvented offensive line. On the defensive side of the football, we got Felix here, which I feel really good about in the first round. We got Amani Hooker, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Christian Fulton, Caleb Farley, Jeffrey Simmons, Tart D'Amico Autry, Cunningham, David Long, still have Kevin Byard as well. So we're going to summate this season and hope this team can make the playoffs. If they don't, going to be relatively disappointed. The two biggest things we need to worry about, though, in free agency is re-signing Derrick Henry and Jeffrey Simmons. Those are the two identities on both sides of the football. So let's just see how we finish out, and hopefully this team ends up being back in the playoffs representing the AFC South. So at the end of the season, one promising thing we can kind of bank on is we did go 9-8 to finish off the season and almost made the playoffs in our division, but the Jaguars edged us out once again. So kind of a promising sign going above 500, and we could still add more to the puzzle. Just really unfortunate that we didn't actually make it, but let's go take a look at the stats. Stats-wise, offensively, we were only 23rd in NFL, which I guess isn't worse in the league, and defensively 6th in NFL, which is actually really promising. 26-18 from Malik Willis. So clearly not a great year for him. 26-18, too many turnovers at that point, but we'll see what we want to do. Derrick Henry still really good, 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns as expected. Traylon Burks 1,000 yards, 900 from A.T. Perry, so that's really good. Those guys got involved. Kyle Phillips 742 yards. Defensively wise, Jeffrey Simmons 12 sacks, still an absolute stud. 6 from Tart, 5.5 from Autry, 3.5, and then our rookie got half a sack as well. Interceptions, we only had 3 from Kevin Byard, 2 from Cunningham, 2 from Landry, and 2 from Murphy Bunting. Overall, defense definitely exceeded my expectations. Offensively, I didn't really know what to expect with Malik Willis starting, but definitely would have loved a little bit better production. So yeah, big decisions to make here. We definitely only have a few free agents I'm worried about, and obviously that is Derrick Henry, Jeffrey Simmons, and Christian Fulton. If you start Christian Fulton, he should be the simple one to re-sign. Doesn't expect too much money, but I do want to bring him back. Jeffrey Simmons, same thing. I do want to bring him back quite a bit. So if I can get him back to man this defense still, that would be great. And he is back. So Derrick Henry is the next guy. And he is the identity of the roster. Although, 30-year-old running backs, they start to fall off. I think you do have to re-sign Derrick Henry at this point. If I would have been able to trade him on draft night to get Bijan Robinson and replace him, I think that would have been okay. But we obviously didn't get to that point. We only have $70 million in cap space now. So now it's time to head to free agency and see what the best plan of action is for this team going forward. Derrick Henry is not getting any younger. Very talented running back. Our quarterback position, Malik Willis, I don't know what to expect out of him. 26-18 isn't great. Juwan Taylor, Nicholas Petit, Nate Davis. We really don't have a bunch of time to wait, I guess is what you can say. although I want to give Malik Willis the benefit of the doubt and give him an opportunity to become that guy for us, I'm not sure I have the capability of being able to wait for that to happen. So there is a good chance here that we might trade for a quarterback, draft one, go a different direction. Not saying we're totally getting rid of him just yet, but if there is an option, I might have to go for it. I was about to say, I know Justin Herbert is always here. Don't think I'll go that route. He's going to probably be too expensive for us. But we definitely need to go out here in free agency and have a good free agency. So Derek Brown as a D tackle would be really nice to actually have. He has no offers right now. Adding him next to, yeah, that could be really cool. I definitely want a different middle linebacker though. So yeah, Patrick Queen would be absolutely amazing. Adding another middle linebacker is something I really want to do. So if I can get him, that's great. So start with that. And then D tackle, although I have Tart, I definitely think Derek Brown would be absolutely amazing, who has no offers right now. Would love that for us very much so. So I'm going to go for that as well. Derek Brown, also have Ed Oliver out here, but I won't go that route. Right, and we needed another one. We have like Wilkins, we have Matos, and you have like Okora. So there's definitely some good options here. Nick Bosa is probably going to be out of my availability, I would imagine. Bryce Huff is here as well. Give me Christian Wilkins or Matos, though. I guess I'll go the veteran Wilkins here opposite. So D-line should be absolutely incredible. So we're going to have the D-line going very well. The linebacker is going to be really good as well. Corners aren't bad, but you have like Slay, Owuzie. You have some good options here like Jeffrey Okuda as well, Marcus Peters. But I feel pretty good about my corners, and then my safeties aren't bad either, although we could sound like Xavier McKinney, which superstar depth, which is really cool. On the offensive side of the football, at wide receiver, you got like Mike Evans, Gabe Davis, Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk actually added this core would be absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go for him as well. And then the last bit I can do is with the $26 million. I'm going to see if there is a plan of action maybe to replace Malik Willis. So Derek Brown, Ayuk, Patrick Queen, and Christian Wilkins. I really want Patrick Queen, so I'm going to go ahead and offer a little bit more money. So that's going to bring me down to $21 million, but I definitely want Patrick Queen on this roster. So I get all four of these guys. I think there's going to be very good, impactful players. Got three of them. And Brandon Ayuk added to the mix is going to be great as well. So just like that, bring four really good impact free agents immediately to this roster. That was going to help upgrade a lot of things. The last thing, like I said, is the quarterback position. So if I can move up in the draft and draft like a Caleb Williams or trade for a quarterback, I think I got to go that route because, like I said, the team is not getting any younger. Don't really know what we have in Malik Willis. He just had a little too many turnovers for my liking last year. We'll see. I'm going to head to draft night, and we'll see what the best plan of action is. I seriously thought about making a trade to trade up to the #1 overall pick to draft Caleb Williams. I really did consider it, but I have decided to roll with Malik Willis for another year and hope for the best there. So hopefully it'll work out for me, but if we take a real quick look at what else we have available here in the draft, I honestly think we just go best player available. And I see a wide receiver, but I also see a middle linebacker, and I don't like, my middle linebackers necessarily. Got Patrick Queen, but if I can add Jeremiah Biddle here as well, just to keep adding to that linebacker core, gonna keep doing it. So welcome to the team, Jeremiah Biddle, and a round 2 pick 17. Really doesn't matter what we get here, but like I said, really seriously considered moving up to pick #1 to draft Caleb Williams to replace Malik Willis, but gonna roll with them. I don't know if it's gonna come back to bite me. We'll see. Got a strong safety on the board as well. Gonna go ahead and take Antoine Allen to add to the backup as far as strong safety is concerned. And then we get to pick at round 3, and that'll probably be my last pick. And then we can go into next season hoping we go above 500 again, but this time actually make the playoffs. I mean, we went over 500 last year, so it seemed like things worked out for the most part. Just didn't get into the playoffs. So got a few wide receivers on the board. Also got a corner. Give me Aaron Cobb. I'm going to call this good. We're headed into next season. At the end of the season, I thought, wow, we didn't make the playoffs again. But no, instead, we went 14-3 on the year and had such a good season, which is actually not something I expected before the season started. But under Mike Vrabel, I guess anything is possible. If we take a look at the player stats, see where we're at on both sides of the ball. Offense was 11th in the NFL. I'm going to assume it wasn't because of Malik Willis because his stats don't look all that great. But defense still very, very good. 21-7, so you know what? Turn down the turnovers a little bit. We'll take that. We also had Paul Spurlock, I guess, get some. But Derrick Henry, just absolutely incredible. 23 touchdowns, 900 yards. Pretty glad we didn't get rid of him. Ayuk, 1,000 yards. A.T. Perry. Burks, Irv Smith. Derrick Henry even got involved a little bit. On the defense side of the football, I'll take a real quick look at this. You had 10 from Simmons, 9.5 for Landry, 6. And you had 4, 1.5, 1, and then half a sack from our standout rookie from last year. I don't know if you call it standout. Murphy Bunting, 5 reception, 4 from Queen, 4 from Farley, 3 from Fulton, 3 from McCurry, and 1 from Landry, 1 from Cunningham. All right, well, I mean, is this the time we actually win a Super Bowl? I don't know. Malik Willis definitely caps us a little bit. I don't know how good he really is once we get in the playoffs. Looks like Derrick Henry is the guy that's kind of leading this squad. We get to play our division rival, the Indianapolis Colts, in order to get to the AFC Championship. So clearly this is a game we must win. Let's come out here. Let's rock the all blue. Let's go ahead and do that. Currently colorless. Let's rock these. Let's go see if we win a huge game against the Colts. I honestly just need this team to feed Derrick Henry and not turn over the football, and we should be good. Malik Willis, if you can just come out here and take care of the football, I think we should come out here and beat the Colts, but that is going to be the biggest thing. We're going to go up 7-0 to start things off, which is fantastic. Just keep running the football with Derrick Henry, up 10-0 just like that. We do allow a field goal. Defense is really good, though. That's one thing we can hang our hat on, and that's classic football. Run the ball and play defense. 7-yard rush for Derrick Henry. That's all we need to do. But we are not putting up enough points right now to justify. But finally, we get a really nice 2-point or a very nice lead. Okay, I think it's safe to say we won. So we beat the Colts, take care of business pretty easily there. Now we're moving on. It looks like we get the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship. So this will clearly be the ultimate test to see if we are ready or not. I think it's safe to say if I got rid of Derrick Henry, this team probably doesn't make the playoffs because Malik Willis clearly isn't doing it for us, and Derrick Henry is just single-handedly just having 2,000-yard seasons, and that's kind of how it's been for the Titans, of course, but yeah, and Madden especially shows because Malik Willis just isn't the guy that's carrying us right now. He didn't even have the greatest stats the last game. It's this man right there, Derrick Henry. You lead the way. Can you come out here and score 7-0? It looks like we had good field position to start that drive. And defense is getting stops. They allow a field goal there. Need an offense to score, though. We can't score 10 points against the Bills and expect that to be good enough. But defense right now is limiting their points, which is a tough offense to stop, that being the Bills. But right now we're up 3-17, and we get a stop on 4th down from James Cook. 10-17. Don't let them back in the game. We get nice field position, and we go up 2 possessions. And Josh Allen, who's been throwing a lot of interception in real life, just throws a couple there. And just like that, easier said than done. But we're moving on to the Super Bowl to play either the Eagles or the 49ers, which is crazy. I'm really glad we did not trade Derrick Henry away. Thank you very much, Derrick Henry, for leading us to this point. Well, we've made it all the way to the Super Bowl, and I obviously would love to cap off this video with a Super Bowl victory. We'll see if we can make that happen. Hopefully come out here and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Run the football, play defense. That's been the formula for success. And the Eagles are going to go up 7-0. This will be the first time we're playing from behind, and we get a field goal. Eagles, really dynamic offense, 10-3. We need the offense to score, and they do just that. They tie the ball game. Eagles respond with a field goal. Need our offense to score here on this drive. They don't. We get a stop, good field position. We're going to tie it up 13-13. Another interception from Christian Fulton. Had good field position. Don't do anything with it. We're going to need a score here, and we do just that as a field goal. Back and forth game. The Eagles are going to go up 16-23. A minute 25 left to come out here to win the Super Bowl with Malik Willis leading this drive. I don't know how to feel about this. We're going to see if I can make it happen. I might just run on the ground with Malik Willis. I don't know if I trust throwing it with him, but going to give it a chance. Actually, kind of a dot here to start this drive. I thought I fumbled there for a second, but let's make sure we get Derrick Henry heavily involved here. Actually, we're in 5 wide right now, so I can't even throw the football to him. But I'm going to come out here. We got all 3 timeouts, so let's just make sure we have. That's a tight window, and I'm so lucky that I actually converted that. I should not have thrown that. 1st and 10. I'm going to call a timeout. I think I called a timeout anyway. All right, 1st and 10. I want to be able to run it with Derrick Henry, of course, but I don't think there's enough time to do that, so we really just have to trust in Malik Willis's arm here, which is not something we've had to worry about this season, at least. So let's see if we can come out here. I am going to get sacked, and that is a fumble. Wow, that is just a... Oh, that's a rough way to lose the game. I used one of my timeouts, too. Who just didn't block? Unless if they're going to... Is there any chance they call me down? I doubt it. Wait. Yeah, I think that's game. That's game, man. Wow, really disappointing way to lose in the Super Bowl off a fumble like that, bro. Are you serious, man? How unfortunate is that? I can call... yeah, I don't think there's going to be enough time left on the clock for me. Wow, man. That is just absolutely crazy. Bro, fumbling is the worst thing that happens to me in this game. They can just kneel it down. It's 3rd and 11. I'm going to call my last timeout. It doesn't even matter, man. I don't know why I'm calling timeouts at this point. The game is clearly over. Unless the computer will punt it to me. There's a chance it might punt it to me. I'll take that risk, I guess. I'll click 4th and 12. They might punt it. They may not. Let's see if he punts it to me. Probably not going to. Wait, he's punting it. Oh, it's not going to give me enough time, though. Oh, he punts it out bounds. Doesn't matter. That's how the video will end, boys. We make it all the way to Super Bowl, but don't get a block on the left side. Maybe I shouldn't have called play action there to begin with, but fumbling there just really sucks. Hope you boys enjoyed regardless. Thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.